and then they can start. Hello everyone, and a very warm welcome to today's CSI Connect. I know हम लोग स्टार्ट में काफी बाई वीकली कर रहे थे, बीच में थोड़ा सा गैप आ गया है, बट with all full motivation and सबके साथ we are again starting. And today we have Anuj and Swati with us.
Shweta.
I'm really sorry.
No.
श्वेता आई एम रियली सॉरी, मतलब मैं पता नहीं क्यों बार बार स्वाति
So we'll consider her as Swati.
मेरे लिए स्वाति हो गए हो. ठीक है. So Anuj is also member of CSI group, and he was diagnosed in September 2020 with carcinoma in tongue. And he had been gone through major surgery, then chemotherapy, and then radiation. And I think, as like how we all know कि chemotherapy के बाद में, what kind of side effects we have, and he has seen that. I mean, he has gone through that, and from absolute skin and bones. Now today he's an Ironman, and that's amazing. That's very encouraging. And today we are honored to have Anuj along with his beautiful, pretty wife, Shweta, with us, who has been great support in Anuj's journey. And yeah, the both have been, I think, 20. I was reading your intro, and 23 years of togetherness, and then 17 years. I think you know each other from a long, long period. And
Very long.
yeah, yeah. And so I think professionally, what I know is that they have a chain of preschools in Bangalore, 65 plus, and they are working, I think, from 2012. They are working in this area. And today we are really looking forward for very encouraging, motivational story from Anuj and his wife. So we'll be hearing the perspective of a caregiver as well, that how she has, how she felt, how she has gone through the roller coasters of the journey along with Anuj, और दोनों ने ये कैसे एक साथ पूरा किया, एंड क्या चीजें उनकी मुश्किल, क्या चीजें थी जो आप लोगों को बहुत ही एनकरेजिंग, मतलब पॉजिटिव रही एक दूसरे के साथ, और कौन से ऐसे इश्यूज थे जो आपके लिए चैलेंजिंग रहे, और आई मीन यू आर फ्री टू शेयर व्हाट यू विश टू, और जो आपको लगता है कि दैट वुड बी रियली हेल्पफुल फॉर द अदर पेशेंट्स, जिससे वो लोग इंस्पायर हो. So you share it, and maybe in the end हम लोग in audience we have some questions. We'll take those questions, पूछेंगे, and we have 1 hour's time. But yeah, there's no hard and fast 5 and 10 minutes. We can stretch it if we have more questions. Yeah, so Anuj, stage is yours, please.
Sure, sure. So I'll just share my cancer journey, how I got to know about it, and how we ended up with the disease, and what all motivated me throughout the course. And of course, the caregivers who are over here, Shweta has definitely pitched in a huge role. I don't know about my disease as much as she knows about it. Apart from that, Himanshu sir is also over here. He has been very encouraging and very supportive during the cancer journey. So there was, I think with everyone it starts with a small thing, but it tends to become bigger, and then we go for tests and check, and then we realize that it's a cancer. And I think none of us, they tend to believe that this can happen to us. So same thing happened to us also, that we went for a small treatment of ulcer on the tongue which has occurred, and it was not going away from last 1 month, but 2 months like that. And it was during the time of COVID, where most of the ENTs were not available. So I was kind of delaying it and not getting it checked out. It happened because of a tooth trauma. I got one tooth extraction done, and exactly at the same place my tongue used to rest. And at that point only, I developed a ulcer, which at the end turned out to be carcinoma. Ulcer turned out to be a carcinoma. So September 2020, we got to know about it when we were going to Manipal Hospital, and a portion was taken away, and it came out as stage 2 squamous cell carcinoma, and it had LVI and PVI. So basically, lymphovascular invasion was also there. And it was told that a big portion of the tongue will be removed, chemotherapy will be done, radiation will be done. So it was a shock for all of us that what is this happening, and should we get it double checked, or what should we do? Because in the reports it's mentioned that it's a cancer. So that was like very heartbreaking for us, and I think that changed our world completely. During that time, I was always fit. I was preparing for the Ironman also. So I used to think that nothing can happen to me. What can possibly go wrong with me? I'm such a fit person. But it happened, and it took us quite an amount of time to realize that it's a cancer. It's there in the reports. It's visible pretty much, and we have to deal with it. But I think Shweta was very courageous that she knew that this has to be treated. This cannot be left ignored. During that time, you tend to think that this disease cannot happen to me. I cannot go wrong anywhere. This cannot happen to me. So we tend to look out at alternative approaches also. We think, okay, we will go to this Ayurvedic clinic, or we will go to so and so doctor, and instead of taking a regular cancer treatment, we try to find out different kind of ways to treat us. But that is the time I think Shweta joined into this CSI group, and there we got to know that you cannot just dodge this ball. You got to treat yourself, right? This is a serious disease, and if it's left unattended, it can turn out to be very serious consequences. So in the group, it was mentioned, many people were asking that I'm looking out for an Ayurvedic treatment to get treated with cancer, and it was very clearly told by Mehul and Amit also that there is no alternative treatment to it. It has to be treated the way your oncologists are saying so. Then I went to the HCG hospital. They also looked at the reports, and they also said that it has to be treated, and around 40% portion of the tongue has to be removed, and we will see that chemo radiation is required or not. So we got okay with that. Okay, we have to go ahead and do it. And on 12th of September, I went through major surgery where a portion of tongue was being removed, and it was artificially reconstructed from here, so from my hand muscles. And it went for almost like 14 hours of 16 hours of surgery it was, because reconstruction was also there. And when I came out, I was totally wrapped in many tubes and many more equipments which can possibly be there. I'm sure that it was very difficult for Shweta to understand that thing. And for some time, for 1.5 days, I was on ventilator support also, because my BP shot up really badly. So for me, I was drifting in and across, coming back to senses and then going back. But after 1.5, 2 days, I was able to understand what exactly is going on. And 15th of September is Shweta's birthday, and 12th of September my surgery happened. On her birthday, I was able to get back to my senses properly, and my tube was removed. The biggest shock which happens after that is that you don't know, you're not able to speak. The tongue is so big, the artificial tongue is so big that you are not able to speak at all. So that was one of the biggest shock which I had. I thought my speech is totally gone. And I think when we talk about lot many cancer survivors of this specific type of cancer, the biggest doubt which they have in their mind is that whether they would be able to speak or not. Some people say whether they would be able to eat or not because of the radiation which happens. So, just like anyone else, I also had these doubts and dilemmas, and I was thinking that I would never be able to speak. But somehow I just was going through blabbering something, and people were trying to understand me, what exactly I'm trying to say. A week or two get passed, and I was okay. I was on the liquid food and all through a nose tube. And after some 3 or 4 weeks, I was told that radiation is also required and chemotherapy is also required. And as far as I know, that these are very tough treatments to be done. And I was constantly thinking that I could have avoided these things, but I think my hospital is pushing me to do that. Again, we looked into your group, CSI group only, and yes, there were many people who had a similar experience and they had to go through radiation and chemotherapy. You cannot dodge that ball again. And so radiation started after some time, and around October, the radiation has started. And there were 30 fractions of radiation, and every week there used to be a chemotherapy. Radiation was really tough. I cannot imagine, even if I imagine at this point of time, I feel how did I went through such a horrific uh, method of treatment. But yes, I knew that it is required for me to survive better. So I continued with the radiation fractions also, and in between chemotherapy used to happen. Chemotherapy again was difficult because it used to happen every Wednesday, and Thursday and Friday used to be really bad, and only on Saturday I used to get back to my normal routine. But these around 30 sessions of radiation and chemotherapy went properly, and I know that Shweta had a very struggling time because there were so many mood swings during this time. I used to get really angry and agitated, but that's the way it is. That's the way I think every cancer patient goes through also. Requirement, or I would say the role of a caretaker is really, really important over here because they cannot give up on the cancer patient at all. They are more on the edge as compared to the cancer patient because cancer patient has help all around. It is the caretakers. In my case, Shweta was there. My brother also came, and Himanshu sir was also there, who have helped me out pretty well to sail through the entire episode. No matter how much tantrums I would have thrown, they have taken everything properly. So somewhere, I think November sorts. November 24th. November 24th, all the treatments got over, and I think that's the part where you get the maximum side effects of radiation and chemotherapy. There are patches, there are sores, there are cuts, there are ulcers all throughout the tongue and the throat that you have to deal with. You are not able to eat properly. My weight was around 70 kg before the treatment, and it plunged down to 53 kgs because I had totally stopped eating. All my clothes were gone, and I was fitting into from a 32 size waist to a 28 slim. So I was losing on weight terribly, but I knew that this is the process I have to go through with this entire process. And during that time, there were many people from our group only who were saying that you will be fine, you will go through it, nothing will happen. So the same way, I am at a position where I am motivating others. I have also been at a position where I got motivated with lot many people. And I think sometime back in the CSI group, there were a post which said that people exit out the group once they are treated, once their work is done. I think this is something which we should not be doing at all. This group is there, and when you have been through a disease like cancer, uh, you got to motivate others. That's really, really important because people learn from each other experiences a lot. So by January or something, the another, the shocks were coming here and there. I didn't had any taste buds. Whatever I was eating was of no taste to me at all. So I was trying to figure out this new mode of life. How will I be able to get back to my normal routine or not? Whenever I used to go to the doctor, uh, I used to ask, when will I be able to eat? That was my first question. When will I be able to get some taste of the food? So that was one of the most difficult phases where the taste of the food was not coming, and I think I was going into an episode where I took psychiatric help also during that time. Throughout the day, I was watching food videos, like food is cooking, some chart vendor is selling something, some samosas are baking. So those kind of videos I used to see throughout the day, and I was not looking at anything else because I was having a very bad crave of food. And along with me, Shweta also used to see all those videos. I don't know how she managed all that, but I used to do that. And I think after a month or so, I started to get some taste buds back. I was able to understand what is sweet and what is salt. Uh, the I think by February 2021 sorts, I started to look back at things that I can do a recovery from here. I started to talked to my gym coach also and asked him that when can I join back to the gym. During that time also, my coach is also there, Sucheta Burman. So I met her also that when can I start with the swimming. So they were all first of all in shock that I used to be of good build and suddenly I've become shriveled totally. There's just bones coming and uh, the clothes are just hanging on my shoulders. And here I was thinking that I want to get back to swimming. I want to get back to gym. It was just that prior to the cancer episode, I always wanted to do an Ironman. I always wanted to do these events. So it was the zeal of doing those events, those targets I set myself to, that I was looking forward to recovery as quickly as possible. But everybody said that this is not the right time to start. You need to recover properly. Somewhere in the month, I think June, July 2021, I started to practice little seriously, going to the gym, starting with the pool, doing a bit of cycling and all. Then for the next 6 months, I didn't look back. I had my proper diet. I did not miss any meal. I had proper meal. I was adding on weight every week, and I reached to 65 kgs of weight, which was very comfortable weight to reach. And I was building up on my stamina and endurance. Though the stamina and endurance was all gone, but I think that zeal was there and push from the coach was there that I really wanted to do this Ironman, and they helped me out to do that also. But since then, that after a year or so, I became an Ironman also. Even during the cancer journey or post that also, I always thought that I will do this thing at some point. I would really want to do it if it happens now or next year or 5 years down the line, but I will do it. So this is a kind of a motivation factor for me. And then the coaches are there. You have support who they give tremendous amount of enthusiasm to you that you can do it. Based on their help and support, I was able to achieve this Ironman name to me. And yes, right now I feel so privileged that I am able to talk to people with whom I was getting motivated earlier. I'm asking other people to get motivated by my efforts. I till now I'm not able to understand that what I have done is really big or not, but this is something which I really wanted to, so that makes me happy. Perhaps many people, they give up on their life after getting diagnosed with cancer. They change their lifestyle. One thing which I always had in my mind was that I used to say that don't give up. I mean, मुझे रोना नहीं है इस चीज़ के ऊपर लाइफ लॉन्ग के लिए. मुझे इसकी वजह से अपनी लाइफ में कुछ भी चेंज नहीं करना है. I remember one of my dietitian was asking me that post cancer, what has it changed in you? So I told her it has changed nothing. It had made me even better. So you got to look at, if something has come down to you, you are at the lowest point of your life, you can just improvise from that. There is no way you cannot go down from the point which the cancer disease has brought you to. So that was one of my motivation that, okay, इससे ज़्यादा बुरा क्या हो सकता है? You are at the verge where you have lost your tongue, your hand movements are restricted, you're not able to speak properly, your daily routine is completely shattered. So what can go wrong after this? There's absolutely nothing which can go wrong. Only you can improvise from here. So I just focus on that, and my thought totally was that I don't want to cry on this. I don't want to feel that it has taken away a big portion of my life. I lost 1.5 to 2 years because of it, but I think I gained tremendous lot many years recovering from it, and I've added lot many values, lot many changes I have done in myself, that I'm able to do an Ironman, which I think is somehow a big feat to do. That within 2 years of time, my next PET CT itself is due. My first PET CT is done. Next PET CT is due. Within the 2 years of time, I have been able to achieve. I think that I couldn't have done it without the support of my coaches and the CSI group also, where I can get motivated by other members also. So that has been my journey so far, and it's still going on. I hope that there are no relapses, and even if it is there or something happens after 5 years, 10 years, 15 years down the line, I would be able to recover. I have that much of confidence in me.
Amazing, Anuj. I mean, it's really inspiring, and within such a short span of time, you could achieve so much. ये बहुत ही ज़्यादा inspiring रहा है. And I loved. I mean, I'm not loved. I'm actually very. It feels so satisfying that जो भी CSA group कर रहा है, it's helping patients. When you said कि you didn't go for alternative approach and you followed conventional treatment, and this is the awareness we all are trying to trying to work towards, so that people don't fall into these fraud things, right?
Yep.
And they know the right track, and that's what I really appreciate Mehul and everyone else, Amit, everyone else who are putting their efforts. And it's so good to see you coming forward and saying so that it has helped you at that point, and now it's very satisfying.
Yep.
So yeah, thank you so much for sharing that. Of course, there are a lot many comments will be coming in. I want everyone to comment on that. But before that, now we would like to hear from Shweta. Shweta, about her journey. How what were your learning? What is that something you would like to share with other caregivers, so that they understand as a caregiver what how they can do better.
Yeah, hi. On 5th September, Anuj diagnosed that biopsy report came up, and like it was a COVID time, and I was not aware of anything about cancer. Even SCC, it was written. What is that? I was not aware of anything. Which hospital, which doctor, nothing. So September 5th, your report came. We went to our ENT doctor. She introduced with some oncologist in Manipal itself. So there I got to know, okay, this is something really, really, really bad has happened in my family. So I have to take care of it. From 5th September till the time Anuj's operation happened, I didn't had any emotional breakup in my brain. Like, no, I can't cry. I can't break right now. I don't have a time to break. So basically, I have to see the line of treatment, what treatment has to happen, and I was knowing that it has to be cured immediately. I can't wait because one surgery, because the biopsy was not a pinch biopsy or something. It was a taken that they have taken somewhere 6 mm of piece of your tongue. So it has to be treated fast, otherwise it can get spread or something. So that was there in my mind. So from 5th September, it was a Saturday. Sunday, no doctors were available. Sunday, still I requested Manipal to give me appointment of Dr. Ashwin because he was having back-to-back surgeries. There I went, and from Monday till Tuesday, I think 7 to 8 doctors I met online because it was a COVID time. I was able to meet doctors online. So I met doctors from Kokilaben, from TMC also, from Bangalore, few hospitals, then Delhi Max also, just to understand what is a line of a treatment. Because if treatment goes wrong, it's a big problem. Like Anuj was saying, Ayurvedic try kar lete hain ya kuch aisa hai. In my brain, I was pretty much clear. We have to go to a hospital and get it treated well. So by like 3 to 4 days, I was able to meet multiple doctors and understand what is a line of a treatment. So it was said to me, first is surgery. That would be like 35% of his tongue will reconstruct. So here was a question: reconstruction is required or not? So these type of things, yeah, small calls or big calls I have to take so that his afterlife is very good. After the treatment, the life should be good. His speech, his eating habit should not get impacted. He was in a corner. He has given all things to me. You take your call, the where I have to get treated, how I have to get treated. So these all things. Then yeah, we decided HCG to do the surgery and all. Here, Himanshu sir helped me a lot taking the appointments. He was all from 5th September till 3 months. Till the time his chemo was over, every day he was there with us. Morning he used to come, evening he used to go. So that way he was a big support to us. So you can wave, you can move, remove the camera because the way I know, you know the treatment equally. So that way, surgery happened. It was a 16-hour surgery. Yeah, Himanshu says it's just wave because
Yes, yes, we would
yeah,
like
it
to.
was a tough time for me.
Yeah. And it's amazing to have such a support system. And it's, I mean, I can see, I can really feel the, kind of emotion she's carrying and the gratitude for you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So once we finalized HCG, after that I met Dr. Vishal Rao. He explained me the treatment and he gave a surgery date. So after that, preparing him for a surgery was a little tough because yeah, his tongue has to get removed. Now we know the line of treatment, but yeah, everything he has to face. So his question was why it has to get removed, why radiation is required, why chemo is required. So step by step, we were telling him, okay, right now you just be prepared for a surgery. We didn't disclose about the radiation. I was knowing it, chemo also I was knowing it, but we didn't disclose anything about. So right now you focus on a surgery, just get it recovered, then we'll see. After a month we'll see what we have to do. So at that time, yeah, it happened. Post that he was not able to talk, so doctors told me to ask him to consult a psychiatrist also, because this time what is going on in his mind, everything he'll not express it to you. So he can express to someone else over there, but he can't talk. So I requested that lady to do a typing kind of thing, that he need I think he need to talk to someone, because he was not talking because of his speech which is gone. And secondly, to like, I know his emotions, but something I would not be knowing also what's going on in his mind. So we just planned everything and he was just cooperating with the treatment. Then come down to the radiation. Radiation we started, he was very active at that time. He was recovered through surgery very well. Within 10 days, the RT tube was removed and he was able to eat also. So that 10 days only that RT was there. And then radiation started. Then he started finding very very difficulty in talking also and eating also. Full of ulcer it was. So every time, every 2 hours, I have to give some kind of a liquid. And 24 by 7 I was sitting next to him. I left my kids. My kid was at that time 3 year old. My mother-in-law or my family was taking care of a child. And yeah, I was with him each and every moment. I just tried that he should not be left alone. So that way, with the liquid and all diet, he was able to cope up. But last few days, like November first week, second week was really really tough. So we have to stop radiation in between. The ulcer was grade 4. And then doctor suggested to restart the treatment and we finished somehow. By December he was very active. He was really good. He was able to drive back to office and he was able to meet people. In between October, many festival also came up, but he didn't met anyone. Diwali was there and other things were there. He was not ready to meet anyone just because of its speech and the shape he has gone to. Because of a radiation, it was totally black. His skin was totally black and he was not able to talk. Full ulcer is there. So kind of, yes, family also I managed and him also I managed. And I just made sure that no one cries in my house. It was all fresh. Like a light music is played, flowers are kept next to him. So these small small things also I tried, that every time a positive vibes are there next to him. No one showed any kind of emotion that he is not well or something. Yeah, we used to take care of him a lot, but not as a patient. Yeah, this is a process you are going through and this will end soon. Because people used to say that pre-cancer and post-cancer life is different. I don't want that for him. So I was kind of a shield, that no, your pre-cancer life and post-treatment life would be entirely same or even better. So I just planned small milestone. Like I do remember that, okay, Anuj will go on vacation in month of January somewhere. And I planned, I booked full homestay for him, home cooked food, even oil also changed for that homestay, so that he just uh, go there, have a relaxed time. So that way, small things, small milestone I used to set, like by December you should drive, by January you should be able to eat. So that way I used to just create a small milestone for him and he used to able to cooperate and everything. So yeah, life was tough, but yeah, I do have a people around me who helped me a lot, really, really much, and who motivated Anuj also a lot to take care of himself, and who helped me also to sail through this journey. I just wanted that the tears should not come, but yeah, it was really a tough time for me. I'm a strong person in build, but yeah, that thing has broke me also. But I never showed in front of him that something is going wrong or you are angry on me or something, because that time depression medicine they were giving because of a chemo and all. His mood was always kind of a little angry side, but I was always smiling. And I told kids also not to show any kind of a reaction. Whatever Papa says, you have to follow and try not to come much. Okay, come play and go. So that way I just planned, and let's see. Well, he's has come out with a good colors. So I'm really, really happy for him.
We are really really happy to hear you your post journey and आपने इतनी अच्छी बातें बताई श्वेता. You were setting goals for him कि ना अभी ये करना है अभी ये करना है. You kept him motivated and that was actually powerful as a patient, you know, when you visualize. हम लोग set कर लेते हैं ना हम ये करेंगे फिर हम ये करेंगे. तो मुझे आई मीन पर्सनली आई फाउंड इट रियली हेल्पफुल फॉर द पेशेंट्स क्योंकि आप छोटे छोटे माइलस्टोन जब रखते हो तो यू लुक फॉरवर्ड कि कभी हम ठीक होके वहां पहुंचेंगे ये करेंगे. थैंक यू फॉर शेयरिंग इट एंड आप आपके आई थिंक कोच भी है यहाँ पे. उनका
Uh,
नाम
Sridhar sir is there.
Sridhar sir, you would like to say something about Anuj's journey
Not sure he's there right now or not.
and I think his camera is switched on. I don't know if. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
he is there. He is there.
Yeah. I'm very happy to be in this group. Basically, let me tell you one thing that what Anuj has gone through in his life and what he's sharing with us is so very poignant that it brings a lot of that teaches us a lot of things. One is, we must have heard the saying that if it doesn't hurt, it just makes you stronger. So that is one thing that actually Anuj has proved. Second is, as far as Anuj's Ironman journey is concerned, my role was very, very small in it. The reason why I'm telling you that is because Anuj actually came with the complete mindset which is required for an Ironman. Now, that mindset is something which I try to build in a person, but in Anuj's case, I didn't have to do it because he came with the skills, teaching skills and other things are different. But when somebody like Anuj comes with the mindset, it actually I have very little job to do. So Anuj, it's all your journey and your inspiration that others should take courage from. And in the whole thing, what I hearing is how the right decisions were made by the entire family. That is Shweta and many times, we are really lucky to have the kind of family support and the kind of social support. We are just lucky. A lot of people don't have it. And I must say that your entire group, you have been very lucky to have this kind of a group.
Thank you. Sir. See, what sir has picked up a point is very very relevant that right kind of treatment is required, right? If you do not have the right treatment, some people say that I won't take chemotherapy, I won't take radiation, or after the surgery I will pick up some other alternative course of medication. So that is the point where people lose out to the battle of cancer, right? They half-hearted treatment, a treatment which is left in between, those kind of treatments can be more dangerous to you. So we did had many options falling back to alternative therapies, alternative treatments, but we never did that because we trusted our oncologist. And in our case, Dr. Vishal was the oncologist. He himself is highly motivational. He motivates and he tells the correct path to be taken. And end-to-end journey, he will explain. He will tell the hardships which will come. I think every oncologist does that also. That they tell the hardships which you're gonna face further on. Never hide anything from the patient, and the patient should be reciprocative enough. So the good thing is that we followed the entire plan as laid down by the doctors, and we continued with that. Though there are issues and challenges which I face now also, but I think over a period of time, these issues will also go away. I have slight issues in speaking, certain words, so I tend to avoid that. I have slight issues in eating certain kind of food, so I avoid that. But that's the way it is, right? You cannot keep crying that I'm not able to do. Think about things which you can do now, rather than those things which you cannot do. Forget about it. So many things are there. But yes, life is same. there are no differences as what I was earlier than now. I think I'm more motivated. I feel good about myself. I feel that though whatever has happened, I need to look forward to it. Another thing, during that time, another big challenge what we were facing was that this happened to me during the wave two of COVID, where everybody was afraid, right, of going out of the house, meeting anyone. So uh, even Himanshu sir was coming and meeting me every now and then. He used to ensure that he is following proper practices of COVID protocol. He himself was not meeting anyone, so that he catches COVID from there and gives to me. So he himself was into a kind of isolation. I was also into isolation. Everybody was into isolation, and the support from other people, like physical people coming up and meeting me, that was not happening. So that was one of the biggest challenge also which I was facing, was social isolation which has happened. First of all, speech is not there. I'm not able to talk over the phone. Then I cannot meet people face to face. My brother came from the US. So these were the people, 4 5 people among whom I was meeting, and I was discussing with them. Himanshu was who was here. I think just 1 year back. I think the same year he lost his mother to cancer, and he was just reliving the experiences with me. So it was effort from all the places, I guess, and I think. Uh, this has made me more strong, and without the support of people around me, I wouldn't have been able to come out of this disease so well as what I am at this point of time.
It's very, I mean, I have so much to say, but of course, I would like others to comment and say, share their feelings. Mehul, आप start करिए.
Yeah, I'm still in that Sept mood, listening to the story and the way he's talking about it. So that's very amazing, and I salute to your wife, your caregiver, Shweta. Also, she's also amazing, and Anuj, you're lucky to have such a good family support, and uh, you're really lucky. I have a question for Shweta. So.
Please.
Shweta, I do see, my wife was my caregiver, so I know what happens to a caregiver actually. So, how did you deal? I'm sure there might be people or negative kind of people who might have approached you, and they say all those things that should not be said. How did you deal with them? I'm asking this on behalf of other caregivers who might be listening to it, because it used to happen with my wife, like, "Arey, पिछले जन्म के कर्म," and all those mindset they have. So if you could give an example, like how did you deal with such people? So just keep them away or something like that.
So there were Mehul, two types of people I was meeting. First of all, yeah, negative comments, and second, which was very tough, is like alternate treatment. They were pushing me a lot for alternate treatment. Even some of doctors also. So yeah, negative people I used to cut immediately. Okay, that it is a tough time for my family right now, and even I have stopped picking the calls. I remember my mother-in-law also, I told, you also stop picking all the calls. They were like, हाँ बहुत बुरा हुआ, सुन के बहुत बुरा लगा. These all things also. So I have disconnected every one of them. So that was the first thing, because if I'll hear all these things, how I'll give a positive motivation to the patient. So that was the first thing. So disconnection was the thing. First 1 week में ही हो गया था. It was said to me, बहुत बुरा हो गया तुम्हारे साथ. मैंने कहा कुछ बुरा नहीं हुआ. ठीक है, वी विल करेक्ट इट अप. ठीक है, आई विल करेक्ट इट अप. कुछ भी हुआ है, हर एक चीज का ट्रीटमेंट होता है, इसका भी करा लेंगे. So cutting with the people, that was one thing. And secondly, yeah, alternate treatment people have pushed me a lot. रेडिएशन कीमो का जरूरत नहीं है, मत कराइए. सर्जरी इज मोर देन इनफ. गो हेड विद alternate treatment, some ozone therapy or something. I didn't remember also. It's like 2 years. I met doctors also for that. I used to go, I used to meet, and any kind of a doctor people used to suggest me, I used to go and meet them. But then I got to know, especially seeing your group and all, because other FB groups also they support, but your group was the only group which said no to alternate treatment. So that was the main thing that I'll say I have done correctly, that complete the treatment, because chemo was optional for Anuj. In his case, radiation was mandatory. Chemo, his doctor was also himself saying that if you do, it's well and good. If you don't do, it's okay. But I just pushed, I just convinced Anuj, okay, Anuj, 5 chemo hai, lifelong you will not get any kind of a trouble. In case relapse happens, then we will regret this day that we have not done chemo just because of that it has happened or something. So yeah, I cut down all negative people in my life. So I just went went through.
I salute you again, and let me tell you one more thing. It's not my group; it's our group. Okay, so um, I'm glad you guys made it through and you didn't listen to all those all the scrap things, and you're definitely a good example for people who are going through this. Thank you.
Radhaji, you would like to?
Sorry.
Anuradha just saying something. You come.
Yeah.
Am I audible?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. बहुत इंस्पायरिंग स्टोरी थी अनुज आपकी, एंड हेड्स ऑफ टू योर स्पिरिट श्वेता, इतने अच्छे से आपने उनकी केयर करी और इतनी अच्छी टिप्स मिली मुझे आज आपसे सुनने को कि यू आर प्लानिंग एवरीथिंग कि आगे एडवांस में इस महीने तक का टारगेट ये है, यू हैव टू अचीव दिस कि सितंबर गाड़ी चलाना है, दिसंबर फ्लाई करना है एंड एवरीथिंग, मतलब इट वाज सो नाइस. तो आप दोनों को बिग सैल्यूट. बोथ ऑफ यू आर वेरी 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 इंस्पायरिंग and we are happy to have you in our group. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much.
थैंक यू राधा जी. इनफैक्ट ये एक चीज और मैंने नोटिस की जब जब श्वेता बोल रहे थे कि अ, हम लोग सेलिब्रेट नहीं कर पा रहे थे, लेकिन हम लोगों को उसको एज अ सेलिब्रेशन लेना था. हो गया जो हो गया, दुखी नहीं होके बैठना. लेट्स सेलिब्रेट ईच डे, बी नॉर्मल एज मच वी कैन. तो उससे जर्नी थोड़ी इजी हो तो जाती है कि हाँ चलो आज का दिन भी तो हम सेलिब्रेट ही कर रहे हैं. ये नहीं है कि एक दिन आएगा. लेट अस मेक होल जर्नी एज अ सेलिब्रेशन.
Yes. 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 So all the while I was knowing that Shweta is trying to lift the mood, she's trying to make changes, she's trying to lighten up the atmosphere. So I was aware of all these things, but I don't know if I would have been, if it had been other way around, I don't think so I would have been able to do as much as what she has done in my cancer journey. Uh, yeah, but a difficult time for the family it was, and I think that family is the biggest support. Be it cancer or any other disease, people have heart attacks, people have other ailments also. So I think the care from the family is very very important. Friends are really really important during that time. People who can support you. And yes, when you talk about negative people, right? See, I always had a very good lifestyle from last I think 6 7 years I would say. I was very frequent in my exercises, gyms, and events also. In February 2020 only I did a sprint triathlon. So sorry, Olympic triathlon I completed during that time. So people knew that I was already on top of my health. So more than me, it was a shock to them also that somebody who is so physically fit can end up getting disease. So it can happen to anyone. So that was the case. I do remember certain people who have said that what is the point of being so fit, right? Why were you doing so much? So it's like that. If I wouldn't had been doing so much, probably at this point of time I would have been still struggling, or I would have just kept myself at a level which I think is max for me. I wouldn't have looked beyond that level. Neither people don't have very big targets in their life. So target setting is very very important. Even when you are really well also, you should set targets for yourself, because targets make you come back to life if something wrong has gone wrong. So I had targets in my mind. I really wanted to do it, no matter people believed or not. I really wanted to do the Ironman. For people who do not know what Ironman is, it is a race where you do 100 meters swim, then you do 90 kilometers cycling, and then you do a 21.1 kilometers running. This is all back to back, and you have to finish it within 8.5 hours. And I finished around 7.5 hours or so. and it's just that one day where you do that. But before that, there is immense amount of practice which goes into it. You cannot just stand up in one day and you decide and you do it. It cannot happen. I was like, very hesitant to talk to my closest of people that this is what I'm trying to do, because they will say, why are you doing so? So, but yes, there are people who will motivate also. Only because I had this dream and this target and this goal in my life, I was doing it. And one other thing, when I finished it, I the first thing which came to my mind is that I really want to post in this CSI group. I really would want people to know that I have done this and it is big. And then there were people who were sharing this story on their walls also. So I thought, okay, yes, it's a certain big thing, an achievement for me to do. Targets and plans are more. I would definitely do more than this one, but I would not forget the cancer journey and the support which the CSI group has provided to me. And of course, my oncologist, Dr. Vishal, Dr. Beliapa, they know the disease, right? They know the correct treatment. That has helped me a lot.
Yes, and जैसे मेहुल ने कहा ना ये ग्रुप सबका है, तो यू आर फ्री टू कंट्रीब्यूट द वे यू वांट. मतलब जैसे हमें हेल्प मिली है वैसे हमें हेल्प करनी भी, ऑल आर पेशेंट्स और केयर गिवर्स.
Yeah. So just now, sorry, Anuradha ma'am, you can say. Sorry.
हाँ, मैंने श्वेता की इतनी तारीफ करी अनुज, बट आई जस्ट वांट टू अप्रिशिएट यू आल्सो, क्योंकि अगर पेशेंट इम्पेशेंट होता है ना तो केयर गिवर को बहुत प्रॉब्लम होती है, मतलब केयर करने में. बट आपको देख के आई कैन जज कि यू वुड हैव बीन, मतलब थोड़ा एंगर वाली चीज और वो तकलीफ रही होगी, बट यू वर अ गुड पेशेंट, मतलब रियली अ पेशेंट, गुड पेशेंट, नॉट इम्पेशेंट, राइट. सो जर्नी आसान हो जाती है केयर गिवर के लिए भी, कि वो पेशेंट अगर कोऑपरेट कर रहा है, बात सुन रहा है, तो जो थॉट प्रोसेस है उससे आई कैन जज कि यू आर सच अ नाइस पर्सन. अपने थॉट प्रोसेस को लेके यू आर सो डिटरमिन्ड, so it would have also helped in your journey, I think so. What are your views, Shweta, about this? I would like to hear from you.
He was, yeah, very, very supportive during. Just I have to convince. Okay, now radiation is going to start. So
Yeah.
Anu, radiation hona hai. I remember the day I was convincing him for chemo. So that way, Shweta, please, meri chemo rukwa de. Shweta, please, meri. Matlab, it was not in anger. It was in a request form. Then, and an hour of a counseling from a doctor, I just decided, okay, Dr. Shekhar Patil se milte hain, he will tell you better. So that way, yeah, he got convinced with the doctor words also. So whatever line of treatment they have told, he agreed to each and everything, and he did it. Yeah, initially convincing was little tough, but yes, once it is decided, he has finished also. Even Dr. Beliapa told to stop radiation for a week because it was a ulcer, but he told no, I'll finish it off, I want to finish it off faster. Then he told no, you can't take right now, it is very tough for your body to take all these things. You are completely on liquid diet, then swelling bhi band ho jayega. So it's better you complete your treatment after a week's break. So he agreed to doctor's point each and everything. But yeah, some days he used to say कि आज नहीं जाना है. मैं कहा, okay, ठीक है, I'll check with the doctor. Then we used to compensate on Saturday that one radiation that we have missed. So that way we used to do.
तो अप्रिशिएट करना पड़ेगा अनुज आपको.
जी. So right now, Sucheta ma'am is there. She has joined.
Yes.
I hope she is listening to me. She's my swim coach and a very established swimmer. So she was the one who I reached the first that I want to get back to swimming. I want to get back to my normal work routine or exercise routine. Anything, ma'am, you can add on.
You're a star swimmer, man.
Today only you have said that.
Fighter. Anuj, you're a fighter. That's why you've come so far. Thing is, I know, I understand what you went through. I understand the pain that you went through. It's excruciating, but it takes a lot in the mind. And I keep saying it's all in the mind, right? And you have it. And it's not easy to come out of something like this. You're much stronger than what I saw you before. So just what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right?
Yeah, sure.
Here you are. You did your first Ironman.
Yep.
Yeah, and now Anuj, and that's remarkable. It's absolutely phenomenal what you've done. Seriously. And they, Anuj, just pranam karo. I don't know how to flip this. Okay, I'll just show you. We had a Satyanarayan Puja at home today. So just pranam karo, huh?
Ji, thank you very much.
थैंक यू हमें भी दर्शन हो गए
Ah. So yeah, it's just been hectic also. But Anuj, you really, honestly, you are truly a remarkable human being, and so proud to have you as part of our team. Thank.
See, these words of appreciation, they are very rare for me. Today, they are coming. I hope you really are recording the session.
Oh, these,
You
these
will
words are always there for you,
Thank,
always there for you.
thank you very much.
Yeah, you listen. You listen. That's why you listen and you understand. So it's so much easier to get you to where you are. It's determination, and we love you, Anuj. We all love you. We are all here because we love you.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Sucheta ji, for sharing your views and your emotions. With what you have for to say for Anuj. Yeah, and very. I mean, it's. I don't know. मतलब proud तो नहीं होता लेकिन हाँ अच्छा लगता है कि it's like somebody saying nice words. Anuj आपको of course अच्छा लग रहा होगा. We are recording it.
Of course, of course. There are so many. I know Sujita ma'am, she is very tough on giving compliments, but today it is coming, so that makes me really, really happy. I think it's worthwhile to have the session if Sujita ma'am is giving some.
There's always a time and place.
There's always a time and a place. Yeah.
Yeah, but we're really very, very proud of you. Just keep going on.
Sure.
More power to you, and God bless, Anuj.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
And
you.
from my team also, there's Rashi ma'am over here. I hope she is listening. If you have anything to say, Rashi ma'am, you can also pitch in. I think she's just there, right? Okay.
Might have. Yeah.
And from my team, Simple ma'am is also there. If you want to say something, ma'am, you can add in. Okay.
कोई हेलो अरे
Yeah.
yeah कोई नहीं
Simple
maybe
ma'am, Rashi ma'am, so
yeah
everyone.
yeah
Yeah.
maybe
Okay.
Hi. Good evening, everyone. This is not the forum where I should be given a platform even to speak. I mean, these are wonderful, wonderful people here that I have been hearing. Suchita ma'am or Himanshu sir. Anuj sir has always spoken about them highly. But yes, this one thing is very sure. He has been really awesome, and both of them, Shweta ma'am as well as Anuj sir, this entire journey we have seen how they have supported each other and how strong they are as a couple. The word cancer itself is so big and huge, but it looked very small in this particular case. It looked as if any other ailment. I mean, people succumb even to have a diabetes and then follow such passion and back to work, back to normal. This one is really different. So we are very, very proud of both of you, sir and ma'am, and you are a true inspiration. And as I told her, he's an iron man with an iron will, with an iron lady sitting just next to him.
Thank you.
so sweet
I still remember those words, Simple ma'am. You guys came up when his surgery was about to happen a day before, maybe. Yeah, and you were motivating Anuj saying that Shweta ma'am has a magic wand. So she'll just move it and your cancer will go off. So that way they motivated Anuj for that. I still remember those words. Like I wish I would be having that kind of a magic wand that all treatment goes out.
Thank you, ma'am.
Himanshu ji
Absolutely, absolutely.
yeah Himanshu is also there if he had to say something हेलो हिमांशु जी आप कुछ या आपका आवाज नहीं आ रही
I think
Audible
yes
now?
yes
I'll just say both Anuj and Shweta, hats off to you guys. I mean, the way you got this, hats off. And, yeah, earlier I think Simple Madam just mentioned, along with an Iron Man, there's an Iron Lady also. Right? I mean, that's really true. Their viewer plays a big, big role. The family support plays a big role. And I think Shweta was always there, right? I've seen her run around throughout the day, right?
I
So
remember.
really happy to see Anuj fit and fine and much better than what he was and complete the Ironman. I think that was his dream always, right? So yeah, great to see that Anuj. God bless.
Thank you very much, sir. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. अमित पीयूष आप लोग कुछ अमित where are you पीयूष भाई दोनों भी म्यूट पे है anyone else want to share something
Sonia, you are there? Sonia Rashi ma'am?
I think नहीं है अभी
All right.
yeah ठीक है I mean it's again
Sonu,
yeah.
hello Bhaiya.
Yeah, hi Sandeep here, and this is my family. We we of course know Anuj for more than 15 years, and know Shweta since her birth. So she's my sister. So like Anuj spoke about how he changed his lifestyle actually even before cancer. I think that itself, because we have spent some time eating all the junks and the kind of lifestyle decade back and all those things was there. But then he transformed himself over last few years. And then I had to sort of move out of Bangalore. So I was, of course, not physically with them. But Shweta did tell me when this thing happened. And in fact, I was not sure how to react at that time. The kind of situation that they were in, how the kind of intensity that was needed to, especially during the pandemic time also, because a lot of people were sort of avoiding hospitals and all, and then at that point of time to do all this. So one thing that Anuj mentioned, I think I completely agree. Just before, like just before September 2020 or 3 4 years before that, the kind of health regime that he got into, uh, whether it was running, marathon, cycling, and all those things. I think that those few years has kind of lifted his uh, health, but so much it gave him all the required physical strength. So I think that was matlab, that time also I used to say it's really inspiring because to sort of change your lifestyle completely and all. And I know we spend a lot of time on talking about the problems, challenges faced because of all the cancer and the treatment and all. But just to see in isolation the Ironman itself, like the kind of transformation that he brought in to get to that Ironman stage, that itself is absolutely inspiring, and the kind of hard work he and his coaches have put in and his team has put in. But then, if you add the element of cancer, I think it is absolutely phenomenal. There can't be anything more inspiring journey to see somebody be so determined and so sort of uh, focused on what target they have and what they want to achieve. So absolutely, it's really inspiring for me, for my family. When I sort of talk to some of my friends or anybody, I do talk about Anuj, that this is a kind of, and we were sort of in family or other places we were not talking about it, as Shweta told me not to discuss. But now that I'm happy that he's coming out in the forums and sharing his motivational journey, because it sorts of give a really fantastic example to many people in the world. So absolutely, really great to see you, Anuj, and yes, you will have many more milestones coming up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, Bhaiya.
thank you Sandeep मैं और आपका comment friend of Iron
Ironman.
Man. So we all can say we have Iron Man. We have a friend who is Iron Man.
Good evening. I'm Sonia here.
Yes.
I'm also a part of Anuj sir and Shweta ma'am's team. And I know both of them personally also and professionally as well. And when come to the sir's dedication, we have seen him working working professionally also fully with dedication. And when we got to know about this particular ailment which sir had gone through, and we all were actually stunned, all of us as a teammate, because it was very very hard for all of us to, firstly get to know that sir is having this kind of, because we have always seen him very fit, very punctual when it comes to the lifestyle wise, and the daily routine wise, and even the kind of routine he used to follow. It was literally an example for all of us. And when we got to know about this thing, and it was a peak pandemic, and I still remember the way Shweta ma'am handled both the way when it came for the SARS treatment. And in fact, it was a very very hard time for our organization also, leading that time, giving all the things hand in hand, and other way handling the, that time family also. It was a very very challenging situation. But I must say both of us have always given us an example when it comes how to work, how to lead the life, how to, empathize each other's situation. So really we all, as a Kids Castellan family, really really proud of Anuj sir and Shweta ma'am. And really sir, we can also say that our boss is an Iron Man, and our lady boss is a, Iron Lady, seriously. And really proud of you sir and ma'am. Thank you everyone.
Thank you, Sonia. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. No, if there is no one else, probably it's a good time to close. Rashi's there. Rashi, you want to share something?
Yeah, hi all. So, as Sonia ma'am and Simple ma'am has said, we all are professionally connected. But as you can see that, it feels like a family only. They made us part of the family, and the journey which they went through, some way or the other we were connected. Yes, and yes, the magic wand line was said by me, because I truly believe that she can, have that magic, and she can do which, nobody can think of also. So sir's dedication, sir's patience was definitely there. When this ailment was diagnosed, it was 5th of September somewhere. They were we had a event which we had planned for them,
We just
and
did
they could
celebration.
not be, yeah, they could not be part of it. She was just on the video call, and I could, we can understand what a person would be going through, but she was smiling on the phone, and sir was also smiling on the video call, and they just said that we'll see kya hota hai, and then we'll keep you posted. And till then 12th around, I think, was the surgery, and 15th is ma'am's birthday, and we did not dare and wish her also, we could not wish her also, till the time I think sir had to come out of ICU or something. When sir came
To see the
out
baby.
of ICU, yeah, out of ICU, ma'am was driving back to home to meet the kids, and then we wished her happy birthday. And yes, she said now it's feeling little bit like a birthday, so because he came out of ICU, I believe. So that's the kind of journey we have seen, them going through, and every little thing, how sir was, when swallowing was not there, when, these things are going on, a patient also becomes like a kid, you have to really go through his tantrum. So mom was really patient. And then there was a point when sir was able to understand that he was also adjusting to all the things what was being told. And whenever we, at least me, Sonia ma'am and Simple ma'am used to talk, we used to say just one thing, just follow ma'am, what ma'am is saying. Just follow ma'am and the doctors, whatever they be, and we all are there. And you can imagine the kind of blessings and the well wishes they have, that they could come through definitely. But yes, it was determination of ma'am and sir both. Ma'am, obviously, she was having, sir was equally, because the patient always feel the downside, right? But ma'am made such a positive environment, which she was talking about in the beginning, that yes, the environment, even she had made the barricades, nothing can come to him negatively, nothing, no emotional side, nothing, no negative talks, nothing. So she had created a barricade, around sir. which we were following, and we were we were all the time just following what ma'am and sir, and we are really really proud when sir was going for this Ironman, and we were like he should do it because so much effort has been put by ma'am and sir both, definitely, that he should be able to complete, and then he did, and we were just waiting for the message. And I used to check with ma'am and simple ma'am that has he done it, is it through? So that was the going on in our mind. It was such a journey for, and it is really really inspiring for all of us. We have started minding our diets now, minding our health now. Ma'am also keeps on telling go for walks, sir also keeps on telling take care of your health. So it's very inspiring for all of us, very very inspiring. And he coming out of it is more inspiring with such a great titles also. So that's all from my side. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Rasha.
Thank, thank you,
He's
Raj.
absolutely right. Yeah.
Savita, if
I used to, yeah. Just finish what. So I used to tell them what not to talk. You can't cry. You can't show your emotion. It has to be comfortable. A normal you used to do it earlier. The same way you have to talk. You can't show sympathy. It should be positive environment. He should not feel any kind of a down. Okay, this way they are talking or they are showing some kind of a sympathy or no. So I used to tell each and every who is coming, each and everyone is coming to meet Anuj or who are talking over the phone also or in the chat, that this way you have to talk. Please don't talk anything negative, anything wrong, okay, about the treatment or something. So yeah, I was a kind of a bed for first 3 months.
And during that time, I do remember, the only gateway for me to reach out to other cancer patients was through the group we have, CSI. Whenever there was some similar kind of patient having same with them, I used to definitely interact with that person and see how he or she is faring in their cancer journey. Thanks a lot to.
Anuj, I think, yeah, your voice is also breaking. There's some network issue.
Okay, okay. No, nothing much. I was just talking that during the time when I was going to Sept, my only journey to connect back with the other cancer patient was through the group, the CSI group. So I used to look out for a similar group, similar cancer. I used to connect with them. They also used to come down with their cancer stories. We have one person, I think Abhijit Apte, in the group also. He's a harmonica player, so I interacted with him. So got to connect with him also. So he always motivated. No, nothing is going to happen. Everything is fine. Life will change. It's not going to end. No changes will happen. Continue with your treatment. So, Mehul, I think what so far you already has been through that grind of cancer, and you created this group. It's a big social help. It's a huge social help. It gives a lot of hope for the cancer patients. And hats off to you to manage it so properly that there are no spams in the group, and people actually come forward and help out. You look out into each and every person case. You have some comment for that person. I really follow you. I really admire you for that. And the group is there. That has helped me out in lot many ways. As what Shweta has mentioned, there are so many groups available on Facebook, but just from many groups because not giving relevant information. And we landed up to your group only, our group only, TSI, and it has huge amount of relevant information. Thanks a lot for having it there.
Somehow I think कुछ voice break हो रहा है in
Okay.
the end. Yeah, yeah.
But
But I think we are already shooting up the time. We will,
yeah, I
yeah.
did get this. This is what you're saying, and thank you, Anuj and Shweta, for all those kind words. And I'm glad you're going to stay with the group and contribute to others in their healing journey. And I thank everyone again who all participated. It. I will upload this video on our YouTube channel, and I will also share the links. And this was amazing session. Thank you again.
Thank you, Anush.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Swati. Thank you, everyone.